All right, perfect. So our 2021 kickoff call, there's a lot that we want to share today with you, specifically about the goal of the agency for 2021 and kind of how you fit into that goal, and helping you accomplish your goals, some of the things that we're doing to be able to position you and empower you to win this year. But before we get into that, I always like to give recognition. We always want to make sure people are recognized for what they do here, and how many families they've gone out and protected throughout the course of the week. So first off, these are our issue paid numbers for the first 4 weeks of December. Week 5 ended this past Wednesday. So we're waiting for those numbers, which we should have this Wednesday, and we'll have complete numbers for the month of December because it was a 5-week month. But I'm going to skip over myself on this list here, and we'll start with Derek. I'll read everyone over 5K, okay? So first up, we have Derek in Chicago, $22,511, 4 weeks into the month of December. Congratulations, Derek. We have Gabe over in Alabama, $18,596, 4 weeks into the month of December. Gio, $18,226 down in South Florida. Congratulations. Make sure you guys are muted. As well.
And David and it's
come on, guys, mute your phones. Reginald here in Atlanta, $17,170. Raymond over in Texas, $9,092. Patricia, first month, 4 weeks in, phenomenal job, $8,520. And that doesn't count week 5, what's been issued in week 5 yet. So congrats on your first month. Lauren over in Mississippi, $7,543. Jacqueline down in South Florida. I think this is like your second or third month, but congratulations to you, $7,123. Chris down there in South Florida, $5,232. And we'll throw Gene in here. He missed it 5,000 by about 15 bucks or 14 bucks, 4,986. And then you could run through the rest of the list. Congratulations to everybody now protected families that first week. First 4 weeks of the month. The total volume 4 weeks in was 210,000 in issue paid volume. And we know we have a few new agents that your name will probably be on this list when the numbers come in this week for week 5. So just super proud of what we've got going on, guys. And this kind of leads me into, talking about the goals. And for me, this is really, really personal. And I want to share it from that perspective. Because 3 years ago I got into this industry. You guys know my story. I was laid off, Uber driving. Somebody told me about this industry, Brittany, Mike Kilmet's hiring manager, and I just got into business to make money and provide for my family. The bills were due and Uber wasn't cutting it, and as God would have it, he just dropped this opportunity into my lap. And I've just taken full advantage of it. And I think everybody has that opportunity. Over the holiday season, I took some time out just to reflect over the year and to think and plan about the future. And part of it, just looking at the fact that coming from where I'm coming from and looking back now to say, we've got an agency that not only pays my bills like I wanted to come in and do initially, but also having staff. We have 2 people on staff. And then more importantly, having multiple agents. A lot of you are close friends, and the rest of you will soon be, that are now able to provide for their families. I mean, that's huge. And that's why the name of the agency is called the Impact Agency, because it's about impacting as many lives as possible, whether it be people that need to be able to change their financial future career-wise, or the families that we help. That's really key for us. So, I'm just so grateful to be a part of this agency. I'm so grateful to be able to serve you guys, and that's what this is all about. You know, we're kind of putting our money where our mouth is and making sure that we're investing into the necessary tools we need to equip everybody to be as successful as possible. And just to shoot to, you know, like my story is an example that anything is possible. Anything is absolutely possible. If you're willing to work hard, you're willing to be coachable, you're willing to plug into the system that Family First Life has put in place. And you know, and of course you got God on your side. That's a big factor, in my opinion. Not forcing that on anybody. You believe what you want to believe, but you know, that's what I believe, and I think anybody can do what I've done, and I want everybody to be able to do what I've done, and what we've been able to do as an agency. Our goal, speaking of a goal for 2021, is to have as many people as possible step up and say, hey, I want to produce at a higher level, and or I want to, you know, build an agency to the highest level possible. It's completely achievable for anybody that wants to achieve it. It's just work. And the good thing about work, it doesn't discriminate, no matter where you're from, what you look like. If you want to work, you can work. And so that's what we're going to be doing this year. We're going to be running up the score. Our goal as an agency is to get to $1 million in issue paid business. We have been hovering right now between 250 to 300,000 on average when you look at the last quarter of the year of 2020. And so our goal is to be able to hire, recruit, however you want to say it, and empower as many agents as possible. One, to be $20,000 producers. We truly believe, and I truly believe, that any producer that wants to be can be a 20K producer. It is very, very simple. And I'll give you the formula in case you're taking notes, right? $20,000 a month is, you know, our average policy is $5,000. Excuse me, $1,000. So I wish our average policy was $5,000. But hold on, we got a couple people running late here. Let me let them in the group. But, you know, we want everybody to be a $20,000 producer, and we think that's completely achievable for the people that want to. And here's the breakdown of that, right? The average policy is $1,000 a month. So that's 20 policies per month. You got 4 weeks on average in each month. That's 5 policies each week. How do you sell 5 policies every week, Jermaine? I do it week in, week out. So I can tell you, okay? You need to run 20 appointments, okay? Here's why. Out of 20 appointments, you're gonna be able to sit on average with 10 people. The other 10, no shows, cancellations, reschedules, whatever the case may be. It's just a numbers game. We're dealing with people. We're in the people business. People aren't perfect. Look in the mirror, look at me. We're not perfect, okay? So out of the 10 that you do sit with out of those 20 appointments, you should be able to sell 50% on average, even being brand new, okay? 25% of them are gonna have a check stapled to their forehead waiting for you to gently remove it. Those are your lay down sales, okay? The other 25% to get you to 50 with the training and support that you receive from Family First Life overall, all the in-home training, phone script, live dials, all of that stuff, you applying that, you should be able to close 50% out the gate. Now, there are some of you that will go the extra mile and you'll do additional training, or you might have some innate sales skill that you could get to 75% plus. But anybody, I honestly believe, and using me as an example, can close 50% of the people that they sit down with because they filled out a form and they've asked for help. So it's not like you're trying to convince them that they need life insurance. You're just trying not to mess it up when they ask you for life insurance. And I think that, you know, 50% of the time you can afford not to mess it up. And so, you know, reversing those numbers again, right? 20K producer, which I think anybody that wants to work at this full-time can accomplish, is as simple as writing 20 policies a month, the average policy being $1,000, okay? That's 5 policies per week, which means you're gonna have 20 appointments, you're gonna sit with 10 of them, and you're gonna close 5 out of the 10, okay? That's just average Joe Small Jermaine, that's me. I'm not some special sales guy. I just, know how to not mess something up 50% of the time. And so being able to do that, that's $20,000 a month. You multiply that times 12, it's $240,000 a year, six-figure income, a strong six-figure income, especially in our economy. And we believe that anybody working with us can do that. It's just a matter of if you're willing to put in the work. And that's honestly all it comes down to. Are you willing to be disciplined with your schedule, Mondays and Thursdays, to dial and book 10 to 12 appointments for the next 2 days? So that way, at the end of the week, you've had 20 appointments, and on average, you're going to sit with 10 of those and close 5. Average sales $1,000. So that's our goal for each and every one of you that want to. Obviously, you got to have leads. Obviously, you got to have a schedule. You got to be disciplined. You got to treat this like it's a business and not like it's a hobby. Because if you treat it like a hobby, you're going to get a hobby income. Now, the hobby income here is not bad. If you're making an extra $1,500, $2,000 a month, that's not bad income. Let me actually make my screen bigger. It's not bad income on a part-time basis. But for those of you that want to make this a full-time career, there's no reason why you can't produce $20,000 a month. And I like to call that, I know we're in 2021, but we could call it the 2020 plan, meaning that to make 20,000, book 20 appointments per week. And I like to challenge anybody that's willing to take up that challenge to go ahead and try that. Now, you may not hit that your first week, especially if you're brand new. Now, if you've been here a while, you have some experience under your belt, you're here more than 6 months, that's definitely something that you could turn that on right away. If you're brand new within 6 months and you've only been running appointments kind of ad hoc and haven't had a week where you've gotten to 20, you may have to ramp up to that. But anybody that wants to can. And we are looking for people that want to take on that 2020 challenge in 2021 and run consistently 20 appointments per week and make consistently $20,000 per month. You're the only one that can volunteer yourself for that. We're not going to force it on anybody. We're going to be talking about it. We're going to be promoting it. We're going to be incentivizing it and, giving you an opportunity to make more money on top of the money you made from the carriers. And more importantly, we're going to be empowering you, providing you the tools, the process, the systems that you need to have in order to be able to accomplish that 2020 in 2021. So hope that makes sense. And we'll be opening up at the end of this call for Q&A, just in case you guys have any questions at the end. But again, our goal as an agency, the impact agency here at Family First Life, is by the end of the year to be $1 million a month agency. And ask yourself, how much of that do you want to be in your bank account, in your business? Whether you're looking at this from being a producer only, which is completely fine, okay? Or you're looking at this as being a agency builder or an agency owner more specifically. How much of that do you want to be your agency? How much of that do you want to be your personal production? The greatest part about this business, and sometimes the worst part about this business, is it's a volunteer army, right? None of us are employees, except for the staff here at Impact Agency. The rest of us are independent contractors, so you have to volunteer and say, hey, this is my goal, this is what I want to accomplish. And so I want each of you to think about that. Jackie, I see you're already in for the challenge. That's awesome. But I want each of you to think about that. What is your goal career-wise with your business? Because you're an independent agent. You're a business owner. You're an independent business owner. We're here to support and empower you because it's mutually benefiting for all of us. A rising tide raises all ships. But at the end of the day, you've got to have your own ambitions, your own goals that you want to accomplish. And then we will direct you, will point you to the tools that you will need to help you accomplish your goals. You then decide if you're going to take full advantage of those tools to position yourself to win. One of the things that I've always believed about myself, which has allowed me to get to the point where I am now with the little success that we've had, is that if somebody else can do it and they're willing to teach me how to do it, I can do it and I can have the same success. I don't believe there's anybody that's better than me at doing anything. They just know how to do it and I don't. or they've done it longer than I've done it. And I'm willing to bet on myself and know that if I'm able to apply myself and put the work in, I can accomplish it as well. And sometimes it may take a little time for me to get it, but I'm going to get it and I'm going to go after it. And once I get it, I'm going to get it good and I'm going to keep going with it, if that makes any sense. And I want you, and I hope, I hope that you have the same concept. I hope you have the same belief in yourself of what you are able to accomplish. And I hope that you're willing to put in the work. I hope that you're willing to ask the right questions and apply the answers to the questions, take full advantage of the system that Family First Life has to be able to position yourself to win at the highest level possible. So that way we could look back at the end of this year and look, like what I was able to do and reflect and say, man, we've come a long way. Now, we're not resting. We've got a lot more to accomplish. At 250 average, 300 a month, we're still a small agency. We're trying to grow. We're trying to get to that million and then above and beyond. And our goal, for those of you that don't know, just to kind of give you a long-term vision of what we're aiming for and going after with the Impact Agency. Family First Life has a partnership with Integrity, where you can build your agency to a point where you can have an agency buyout, which means multiple millions of dollars for your business. And so if you've ever wanted to be in a position where you have something tangible that you can build and be able to generate millions of dollars, you have that option. If you're just looking to produce and be able to make a strong six-figure income for your family, you have that option. Wherever you fit in, get in. If you're just looking for something part-time to provide some additional income on top of your full-time job, get in where you fit in, and we're here to support you in that. But our goal is for as many people that want to take that 2020 challenge, 20 appointments a week, $20,000 a month, and let's win together this year. So I want to have a couple of our sales managers share a little bit, but before we do that, I just want to share with you a couple of things that we're doing to empower everybody. We got 29 people on this call, which is pretty awesome. Thank you for all taking time out of your day to jump on. But a couple of things that we're doing, for new agents, obviously, we're streamlining the onboarding process, and we're going to be rolling that out here sometime within the next 2 weeks. So that way, if you're hiring, you know exactly what it takes for your agents to come on board, and that process is simple and streamlined. And then once on board, we're transitioning from workplace. We're going to have basically two different avenues to replace what we were doing in workplace. One will be our new Facebook group, and we've been posting that in workplace. And we're going to be continuing to post that because we're going live with that. It's already live, but we're going to completely go dark on Workplace, which is our current training and support hub, on the 18th of this month. And we'll be up on Facebook as our general group where we're posting our day-to-day sales and encouragement, empowerment, and that type of stuff. And then we have a new knowledge library, which is actually up now on our website, and we're going to be going live with it on the 18th as well. And so the website is fflimpactagency.com. For those of you that don't know, you could check that out. So that will be our new knowledge library. And then we have, Facebook as our new platform for just support and training, encouragement, and empowering everybody. So those two things will be live on the 18th. We also have a group me for new agents, and we'll be hosting a weekly onboarding call. So if you have a new agent that's in contracting, they can get some support weekly outside of reaching out to the team here, and being able to hop on that call to get their questions answered, so that way they can get on board, whether it's licensing or contracting. And then one of the other things that I'm really excited about is training. Each week, we're going to continue to have our 2 p.m. training call, which we'll record like we're recording this call and be able to reshare in our Facebook page and our YouTube page. But going forward, we're going to be rotating the topics, and we're going to have a new sales manager each week that will rotate out of the current sales managers that we have, and will include the new sales managers that step up. To be a sales manager, by the way, is $50,000. You have an agency that's producing $50,000 plus in revenue each month. And so you and a team of people, team of 5, team of whatever, producing $50,000 a month, you nominated yourself and promoted yourself to sales manager, position yourself to be able to train and help other agents as well. So each week we'll be rotating, and we're going to be talking about 5 simple things, right? We're going to be talking about mindset. The mindset you need to have, treating this business like it's a business, making sure you have the right schedule, making sure you're positioning yourself to make as much money as possible and have a profitable business as an independent contractor with Family First Life, with the carriers that we're working with. We're also going to be talking about leads. That's the second thing. We're going to be talking about phone script. We're also going to be talking about in-home, and we're going to be talking about training. We're going to be rotating those things because those are the blocking and tackling of our business, the basics of our business that everybody needs to get good at. And so that stuff is going to be constantly in front of you, so that way you can hear it from different perspectives, get different insights, and be able to each week plug in to grow your business. We're going to continue to have the Thursday Southeast training call at 9 p.m. on the Southeast Facebook page. We're going to continue to have the Friday morning corporate sales training call, and we're going to be promoting that information as well. So there's plenty of opportunities for you to train and continue to grow and become successful and grow throughout 2021 in your business. And then for those of you that want to build an agency, we're going to be increasing the number of business developments that we do. Corporate, as some of you may know, has business developments on Monday and Thursday. For those of you that don't know, every Monday and Thursday at 8 p.m., corporate live broadcast on their Facebook page, a 15-minute business overview. So that way, if you have somebody that you think may be a good fit, or somebody that's interested in what we do, maybe they're looking to change careers, looking for a part-time career, you could say, hey, check out this 15-minute overview of what we do at Family First Life. Let me know if it's a fit, and we can get you on board. So in addition to those 2 on Monday and Thursday, we're going to have 3 that, as the Impact Agency, we do. Starting out, the 3 of them are going to be hosted by me. We're going to live broadcast on our Instagram page and on our Facebook page and our YouTube page as well. So you have 3 different places. And we're going to do 2 on the weekend and 1 during the week. We'll release that information once we have it finalized. But it's just more opportunities for you to be able to share what we're doing. There's so many people right now that are looking for an opportunity, whether it be a complete career change, whether it be a part-time career, especially what's going on in the economy. And we, Desiree shared the story with me today, where she had printed off our issue paid report that I just ran through here in the office. And there's a shared printer. And so somebody actually saw it and brought the paper over to us, because our logo's on the wall out there, and they're asking, like, what is this? And what are these numbers? And are these numbers real? And, just the fact that there's people out there that are hungry, like I am and was 3 years ago, looking for an opportunity that can desperately change my situation financially. It would be criminal for us not to share this. And that's honestly how I feel if we're not sharing it. So don't be a secret agent, guys. We're providing you multiple opportunities to be able to share what we do. And you could just point people to these business development. You don't have to convince them. Just share what we do and let them decide, hey, I want to give this a shot or not. And if not, that's fine. But if so, we can get them in and help them, make whatever level of income they want to make. So we're excited about those few things that will help each of you hit your goals, and also, help the agency hit our goal of getting to $1 million each year. And it's just about empowering you guys to be able to accomplish whatever you want to accomplish with your business. I mean, whatever you want to accomplish is completely possible. It's just a matter, are you willing to put in the work? And we're here to support you in doing that. So I want to first of all, I want to say thank you to Desiree. She's on the call. Those of you that don't know, Desiree came on board in September as our VP of Operations, and she's just been working tirelessly to support the agency and the operations of the agency, and helping us put in place systems and processes that will make it simpler for all of us to do business. We're independent agents just like yourselves as well, figuring this stuff out, figuring out how to put the agency together. Yes, we have a model that we're following from corporate, but at the end of the day, the intricacies of it, we're putting it together ourselves. So I say that to say two things. One, thanks to Desiree for being able to come on board, work hard, work diligently as a part of our staff. And then two, give us some grace. We're going to make mistakes. We're not perfect. We'll make mistakes just like you make mistakes. We'll give you grace. You give us grace. Just know that our goal is to be able to empower you and to be able to empower everybody that's a part of our agency to win. But give us a little grace in case, we're a little bit slow in certain areas or we make a mistake in certain areas. And if we do, we'll own up to it. We'll take responsibility and we'll correct it as quickly as possible and do our best to make sure that we empower you to win. And this is a group effort. So, definitely also can't leave my wife out. I'm not sure if she's on this call, but she's a partner in this agency as well. Just her support in us growing this agency and the sacrifice it takes to put an agency together and help people from a time-wise and just overall her insight in different aspects of the business is just phenomenal. So I'm grateful. And we have a new staff member on board as well that you guys will get a chance to meet. Mary just started working with us in an office assistant manager role, helping us with hiring and recruiting and onboarding as well, in addition to what Desiree is doing. So we're excited, guys. We're putting things together to have a bigly year. And so we're excited. We're excited about it, and we just can't wait to see, how we accomplish the goal. So, hey, Desiree, were you trying to add something, or you said how big? Yeah. Okay. So I do want to give the sales managers, anybody that want to share, an opportunity to share, and then we'll open up for any questions. Again, appreciate your time. 30 people on this call. We want to see this call continue to grow. We truly, from the bottom of my heart, guys, we just want to make an impact in as many lives as possible. And I truly believe this business can change the trajectory of your family's finances now and in the future. Where there's a level playing field that anybody that wants to can come off the street, so to speak, that's willing to work hard and put some work in and be able to change your financial future and set your family up for generations. And that's what this is about. The insurance business has always been about generational wealth. I'm going to call on a couple of the sales managers. Chris, I'm going to call you out because I'm super proud of what you're doing, Chris Marseille, down in South Florida. For those of you that don't know, Chris, up until the 31st of December, was a full-time children's oncology nurse. And he's come on board with us full-time. December 31st was his last day on the job. And he's just putting himself in a position. He was already producing $20K a month on a part-time basis, which is why I believe that anybody could do that full-time. But now he has just a new drive, a new passion, now that this is all that he's doing to really run up the score for himself and his agency down there in South Florida. I'm so excited about what 2021 is going to be like for him as a sales manager and growing his business here with the Impact Agency or with Family First Life. So, Chris, go ahead, bro. The floor is yours. Take a couple minutes here with the team. Chris, we can't hear you if you're speaking. Are you there?
Hey, everybody. How's everyone doing today? Thank you so much, Jermaine, for everything you guys do over there in Atlanta. Desiree. Oh, I know what's wrong.
No, can't hear you, Chris. Try again.
Jermaine, can you hear me at all?
Yeah, I can hear you. You're breaking up a little bit.
Okay. Sorry about that. I'm sorry. How am I now? Is that okay?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, yeah. So I was just saying, sorry about that. No, thank you for everything that you do, Jermaine. You and Desiree and Tanika and everyone there in Atlanta, what you guys do behind the scenes to help us grow, it means a lot. So I appreciate it. But yeah, guys, I'm full time now in this industry. I've been part time for about 2 years now because it was a tough decision, leaving a position that's very, very dear to my heart, was incredibly tough, guys, incredibly tough. But one thing that I understand, and one thing that helped me make that decision, is that we only have one life to live, guys. And this opportunity is very real to anyone that wants to make it real for them and their family. And the opportunity to personally produce, just on the personal production side, guys, to write 20 or 30,000 in business, every month, that will change your life financially. I mean, I don't know if there's a lot of people that come from money here that are on this call, but that is life-changing money. So I always like to keep that in perspective. But I also think the opportunity is more realer than it's ever been to build an agency, because managers like Jermaine Clifford and FFL as a whole, what they're doing to help us build our agencies is really just making our lives that much easier. And I think now is the time. I think we're primed. I think COVID, for us in our industry, it's only added fuel to the fire, right? People are more aware of their mortality now than any other time. So it's much easier to sell life insurance and final expense insurance and mortgage protection insurance, because people understand. And that's the conclusion that I've come to, is I want to dedicate myself to this, because I know what it can do for me and my family and our family's future. And it can do the same thing for you guys, because no one in this industry is special. They've just followed the system. And the good thing is what Jermaine and Tanika and Desiree and Mary, what they're all doing over there in Georgia is setting up a system for us that we can tap into anywhere in the country and duplicate it. If you want to hire, if you want to grow, we will help you grow. And if you just want to personally produce, we will help you do that. Our job is to help you fulfill your goals, whatever those goals may be. And Jermaine's always done that for me, so I'm excited to take that to a new level, because I have different goals now this year, now that I'm full-time. But I can always count on Jermaine to help me, with those goals. Now I'm going to do all the work, right? And that's what we'll tell you guys, that we'll put the system in place and we'll tell you guys exactly what needs to be done, but you're going to do the work. But if you want to put in that type of work for your family, I'm telling you guys, now is the time, because we are primed for growth. FFL as a whole is putting a lot of different things with these instant internet life leads, a lot of different lead types, that if you want to work, whether that's in your state or you want to travel, I mean, now is the time to write 20,000 and to build an agency, because really it has been easier. Family First Life is going to be a household name soon. So when that happens, guys, just imagine how easy it's going to be for you to recruit people to the industry and for you to help them get their insurance license, because they're already going to know a lot about Family First Life and what we're doing. Sean Mike wants to go to $1 billion a year. And again, the question is how much of that do you want your agency to be? So now's the time, guys. I truly believe this is the year for growth. If you're willing to dedicate yourself and work for it. And I know Jermaine and the Impact Agency, they'll help you do whatever it is that you want to do, as long as you're willing to put in the work. So I'm also open. If you guys ever need anything, I'll drop my number in the chat, but please reach out to me. I'd love to help you guys in any way I can. We're real excited about what's going on right now in this group.
Awesome, Chris. Appreciate you sharing, man. And I'm excited about what your business is going to look like this year, and what you guys are putting in place. Just to kind of give you an idea, with what Chris is putting together, he and Gio, which you'll hear from Gio here shortly, have hired staff, and they're investing in recruiting to be able to build an agency. So anybody that wants to, we'll help you accomplish that. And they're there to support the agency as well. One of the things I forgot to mention that we're going to be implementing and rolling out to you guys is we're going to be having an 800 in-home helpline. That way you can call, and all the sales managers will be linked to it. And when you're in the house, after you've completed the client worksheet, cross-checked your underwriting grids, if you still need help with figuring out what's the right product to write, then there's going to be an 800 number that you can call, and it's going to be ringing all of the sales manager's phone. Whoever is available can pick up and quickly answer your question and make sure that you're able to help that client that you're with. So we're making sure you're fully supported. So I want to jump, before I go back to South Florida, I'm going to jump to Chicago. Derek Dressler. Derek, so funny story. Derek used to be my boss. And it's been a fun ride the last year and a half with him starting with us part-time. And this is what he's doing full-time now since mid 2019. And ramping up this year to grow his agency to a $500,000 agency by the end of the year, and putting the things in place to make that happen. So Derek, just want to give you the floor to share whatever you want with the team.
Okay. Yeah. Thanks, Jermaine. I would just tell everybody, hey, you guys are lucky. And what I mean by lucky is you've landed with the right team, with the right leader in Jermaine, certainly the right company as you look at what Family First Life brings to the table. And everybody's already done this. The beauty of this business is we don't have to figure anything out on our own. There is no inventing the wheel. It's already been invented. We just have to hop on for the ride and be willing to work. And the biggest challenge with this business, and a lot of it is, this blocking and tackling of, okay, when do I order leads and which leads do I order and what days do I run and all that. And again, that's a playbook, right? And you just follow the plays as they're written. What your work is going to be, all of the agents that are on this call, new or seasoned, is how to manage your mindset. Because I'm going to tell you right now, I've done this for a little over a year and a half, and all of those things that I mentioned before, as far as buying leads and running your appointments and managing chargebacks and just figuring out an overall approach and schedule and strategy with that, that is not the hard part of this business. The tough part, guys, is really being able to manage the ups and downs that this business brings you. And you're not going to be able to avoid them. So you have to accept that out of the gate. And I can tell you that when I got into this, I was on a crazy roller coaster. I think you've probably all been to Disney World and you went on that, what was that ride? Mr. Toad's Wild Ride or something like that. And, that's how I liken this thing. I was on Mr. Toad's Wild Ride. I was on it for a while, and it was up, it was down. I was frustrated. I was angry. I was super, excited. Hey, I sold some stuff. And then you get some chargebacks, and you have to be conscious of the fact that this thing can take you for a ride if you let it. Now, you don't have to let it, right? And what I have found, and I think anybody that's been in this business now for well over a year and had, and is having consistent production, they're not lucky. They're not better than other people necessarily in sales. Maybe some a little better here or there, or maybe folks are a little bit more aggressive with their schedule. But what they've mastered, those that are consistent, they've mastered the ups and the downs. They don't get too high. They don't get too low. And if you can do that, folks, on this call, if you can basically just follow the script, right? It's a playbook. It's just, you do 1, 2, 3, A, B, C, whatever it is. You follow the script, which we have for you. And your job is to manage your emotion. Your job is to make sure that you don't go on that Mr. Toad's Wild Ride, that you stay steady. And it's not easy. I still sometimes, get caught up in it a little bit, and I got to check myself before I wreck myself, kind of thing. And I'll tell you, when you figure that part out, this becomes a whole lot easier. You take the emotion out of it. And so, like I said, guys, you're with the right company. You're certainly on the right team. Our leadership, all of the tools we're putting together. I mean, you know what? It's funny. When I started a little over a year and a half ago, we still had it was still a great company, right? We still had great leadership, all of that. But where we've gotten to just in the last 18 months is phenomenal as far as the resources that are available to us, the tools we're using, the communication, the carriers that we can write. I mean, it's blown up, and it's blown up in a good way. So, I just encourage everybody to stay with it and reach out for help when you need it, but feel good that you're starting 2021 on the Impact team and under Jermaine's leadership. That's all I got, Jermaine.
Appreciate it, man. I just looked up Mr. Toad's Wild Ride, and it is closed, and we're going to keep it closed for the rest of the day off of that ride. It's in Anaheim, California, and it's closed. So let's keep it closed, stay consistent. But yeah, Derek's right. You know, you'll have that emotional ups and downs in this business. And when you know, I did a training last, well, I think it was early last year, maybe into 2019, talking about emotional intelligence. And the people that are paid the most money are the people that have the highest level of emotional intelligence, being able to handle high pressure situations. You know, when you look at CEOs and C-suite type individuals that are paid, you know, strong six-figure incomes and, you know, millions of dollars, the emotional intelligence is very high. And in this business, if you want to make that type of income, you know, you got to have a high, excuse me, level of emotional intelligence as well, and being able to stay calm under pressure. So I'm going to jump back down to South Florida. And my good friend Gio Lopez is the next sales manager that I want to share. Gio's been with us, I think, about 2 years right now. For those of you that don't know him, very consistent and is, you know, just a servant heart, man. That's one of the things I love about Gio. Loves helping agents, and he'll push you because he knows you can do more and you can accomplish great things. So, Gio, the floor is yours, my brother.
Thank you, man. I appreciate you guys. And first of all, I want to make sure that anytime that I get a chance to thank you, man, I want to make sure that I do that. You know, my family is going to be well taken care of because of the opportunity that you have shared, you know, with me. And I kind of want to piggyback on what Chris was mentioning too, that, I mean, at the end of the day, we're going to have the help here, but we have to put in the work, you know, and that's the one thing that has been on my mind for the last couple of months. Actually, recently, you know, we want to help everyone. We want to show you guys how great this opportunity is, and I'm putting myself now in your shoes, Jermaine, because I know that I gave you guys a hard time, but you know, thank you for not giving up. And I guess that's the one thing that I can only do, you know, for everyone else coming into, is not give up on you guys. The only thing that we can do is we can just show you the ropes. We can let you know how great the training is. We can show you guys the issue pay numbers, and we can let you guys know. And like you said, Jermaine, I mean, we're not special. We're not perfect people at all. I mean, really, the only thing that we're doing is maybe have been in business for a little longer, but it doesn't mean anything. The floor is all open for you guys, and you guys can accomplish the same things that Derek is doing on a monthly basis, the same things that Chris is doing. For those of you guys who are looking to jump in part-time, Gabe, I have one of the most highest levels of respect for Gabe because of the fact that he has so many things going on in his life. And you know, when you guys get a chance, I mean, give him a call and talk to him and stuff like that. Schedule a time with him. But you know, make sure that you guys find out, you know, number one, why he's doing what he's doing. The same thing with Chris, right? I mean, he mentioned his passion for pediatric oncology, but you know, there's something special here, guys. And the reason why, you know, we're all very passionate about it is because we do see something very, very special here. I personally don't believe in coincidences, and I am very open about my beliefs. God has a plan, and I know that God has his hand of protection upon us. And this year is going to be great. So all that to tell you guys that whether it be full-time, part-time, you guys can do it too. We're nothing special. The only thing that we have done is just follow a system that is already in place. I wish, honestly, I really wish that I would have listened more. I really wish that I would have followed the system as Jermaine, you know, showed it to me 2 years ago. But it's never too late. You know, it's never too late. I know that we're in a marathon. This is not a race. My race is my race, and I have to run it. I know that God has a plan for me, but we're really excited. I'm really super excited about this upcoming year. I'm excited for the new agents coming on board. And like Derek said, I mean, having the platform that we have now man, it's incredible. Just know that this wasn't in place when we got started. And I know that, Jermaine, for you, it was actually a lot different than now, than even for us when we got started. But the help is here, guys. Take advantage, prove us wrong, prove this system wrong. And I'm telling you, you will not regret it. So once again, thank you guys. Thank you, Chris, Derek, Gabe. Thank you, Desiree. Thank you, Tanika, for everything that you guys are doing. And you guys can count on me for anything that you guys need. I'm there.
Good stuff, Gio. Appreciate that. And that's good stuff. That's all I can say. Appreciate you, bro. It's awesome, man, because I've always wanted to be in a business where I can help friends win. And it's been a long time coming. And we're going to win. And we're winning. We're going to run up a score. So the next guy that I'll introduce to you guys, for those of you that don't know, is Gabe over in Alabama. Gabe's a full-time pastor with about 20 kids. And all right, I'm exaggerating. It's only 11. But there's many things to love about Gabe. But I guess the most pertinent right now for me is that Gabe proves that 2020 model because, as a full-time pastor, husband and father, and just a lot going on with his roles and responsibilities, last year, once we get the final numbers, I think he's well over $200,000 for the year on a part-time basis. And so that's why, again, I truly believe that anybody that wants to, on a full-time basis, can do 20 appointments a week, $20,000 a month, $240,000 a year, because we have people that can do that on a part-time basis. And so, Gabe, I want to give you the floor, whatever you want to share with the team. The floor is yours.
Thanks, sir. Can you guys hear me okay?
Yeah, we got you.
All right, very good. Yeah, so one of those kids, Desiree, told me, and she texted me separately and said, you better turn your phone off. And I was like, oh, no. I said, was I unmuted? And she said, no, because Gio told everybody to call you. And I was like, oh, okay, good, because I was talking firmly to one of my children who was trying to interrupt the call. So, yeah. Yeah, but my life is crazy. It really is, but love it, and it's great. And love this opportunity. As Jermaine said, I'm part-time, and it is difficult because, our church is a medium-sized church, and it's not the small bivocational where you work, 1 or 2 days a week. It's a full-time 6-day-a-week job. So trying to do insurance on top of that and sell and meet with families and then grow an agency is it's a lot of work, but it is very rewarding and a lot of fun. And I do it because of those kids and because of my wife, because I want to be able to provide for them financially and them just to enjoy and not to miss out on some things that a lot of times pastors' kids miss out on. So it's as Derek said, Gio, Chris, it's a great team, great opportunity. And you can do it. I'll tell you, you can do 20 appointments, 30 appointments a week. You can do $20,000 a month. When I first started out, I was averaging 10 to 12. So, if that's where you are and you feel kind of stuck there, you can make that leap from 10 to 20. It can be done. And it's a little bit of tweaking in your schedule, a little bit of tweaking in your leads, and a little bit of tweaking in, the training as far as how you do on the phone, how you do in the home. And I think if you just make those tweaks and you stay diligent, that it's possible for you to go from 10 to 20,000 a month. And you just got to be diligent at it. You've got to listen to the training, listen to your upline, and be willing to put in the work. But it is definitely possible to make that jump and to make that leap. And we want everybody to be able to experience that.
Perfect. And guys, just so you know, the knowledge library that all of you utilize right now, Gabe's the one that put that together and laid that foundation for us on top of running business, on top of running his household, on top of running his church. So if there's anybody that removes excuses from you being able to get work done. That's Gabe, and I've always learned that busy people get the most work done. And so appreciate you, Gabe, and everything that you do. So guys, we're super excited for this year 2021. And again, we want as many, Camilla says knowledge library is great. Thanks, Gabe. So we want as many people as possible a part of that 2020 club. 20 appointments a week, $20,000 a month. It's really that simple. And then if you want to exceed that, go for it. We want you making as much money as possible. But that is kind of the standard here moving forward in 2021 at the Impact Agency, is being a part of that 2020 club, because it's completely accomplishable for anybody that's willing to work. And so before we open up for some questions, we are big on recognition. And I got a special guest right here with me. You guys can see. I don't think she expected to be on camera. Surprise! This is Patricia. She's in the office with us, watching the training call. A couple other agents are spread throughout the office, but I'm glad she's here in my office listening in, because Patricia is the example of an agent who comes in, treats his business like it's a business, and goes to work, and her first month, 4 weeks in, we haven't gotten week 5 numbers, but already her first month of business, 8,500 in issue paid business, not just submitted, but issue paid business. So, give it up for you, Patricia. Good job. And was it hard? Yes, absolutely. We're not going to lie to you guys. We're not going to lie to you. You transitioned from a full-time job, in the process of doing that, and coming on board with this full-time. I think, and let me know if you agree, would you say making that transition was part of the reason for your success?
Oh, for sure. I think, we work, it depends on what you want. Part-time's cool, but I had to make a decision. And anything I do, I go all in. So it was like I found myself just stepping in, stepping out. I was like, well, you know what? If I bet on myself, I can get the results that I want for my family and I. So it's been great.
Awesome. Well, we're excited for you. And I think you told me earlier, and I'm putting you out on Front Street, you're joining the 2020 club this month, right?
Oh, yeah. I'm gonna do what I can do.
You heard it here first. Watch the scoreboards. But more importantly, I want to give you some recognition, because we had a sales contest for the month of December. And I don't know if you even thought about that, but the sales contest was for the number one. We had 5 spots. The number 1 spot, which is a spot that you secured with your 8,500 in issue paid business, is either $400 cash or $500 in leads. Okay, so congratulations, you secured that. And
Take the leads.
Take the leads. Gabe says take the leads, right?
For sure.
And so, but congratulations on that. And just honestly, thanks for going to work. It's so rewarding to see somebody that comes in, takes this seriously, applies themselves, and gets that success out the gate. And then from there, it's like the sky's the limit. It's just, what do you want to accomplish? And then just rinse, wash, repeat. And like you said, it's not going to be easy. You'll have your good days, your bad days. That's just the way business works. And you just take both days together, and you'll have some great days. I know you had a good day on Saturday. You bought some leads in South Carolina, drove there, and I think rolled over $2,000 in business. So willing to drive, willing to travel, willing to do whatever it takes. And that's this business. So congratulations.
Thank you.
We'll talk offline.
I do want to shout out Jermaine too. Jermaine and Desiree and Tanika, all of you guys, you guys really did believe in me. And I think it's just really, really cool that I can always count on them to just answer any of my crazy questions. Sometimes I'm just thinking about a question and I'm like, let me text Jermaine. But yeah, and thank you for everybody else on the call too who's just available. And I will do that all the time. Listen, I'm not too proud. I'll ask any question. I don't care if it's 1,000 times until I understand it. And I think, we should all do that. We're all one team. We all can help each other. And that's how everybody can just be great, you know? So again, if you need any help, I can answer as much as I can. I'll probably refer you to somebody who's, you know, more experienced, but if I can help, I am willing to do that. And let's all just rock it out, 2021, let's go.
Yep, 100%. Future sales manager right here. And if I'm new and I'm hearing her and I'm seeing that she, you know, came out the gate her first month, 8,500 so far. We don't know what the final number is. We'll know by Wednesday. $13,518. Get out of here. we just found out. First month in business, phenomenal, and on our way to the 2020 Club this month. So I would be reaching out on Workplace and saying, hey, Patricia, can I talk to you for a quick second? Just want to figure out what you're doing for leads. You know, what's your mindset on this? You know, whatever it may be. Always learn, and that's why we have this environment. And you got to be willing to be coachable. You know, some people say they're coachable, and then they don't want to do what you tell them to do. Patricia's not that person. We've said this, I've said this, do that. We'll do whatever. That's coachability, and that's how you.
Not at all.
So, you know, congratulations again, phenomenal month, and we want everybody to have that same experience, and we truly believe everybody can have that same experience, and then second month, hit that 20K club. So we'll open up for a few minutes of questions. I know we're a little bit past the hour. We try to keep this call within an hour, but does anybody have any questions for us at all? We're happy to answer them. Maybe take 5 minutes and knock those out before we wrap up. Don't be shy. All right, that means we did a good job, or you still a little bit shy. One of the things I would do in going forward, guys, Alvin has a question. Okay, threw it in there. What is the mindset on one needs on leads? I'll cover that here in a second. But each week, just so you guys know, I have a mentoring call with Mike Kilmet. Mike Kilmet is the largest agency in Family First Life, president of the Southeast Agency, does over 10 million plus in issue paid business per month. Our goal is to get to 1 million. So it's a good person to learn from, right? And every week I have a one-on-one mentorship call with him. And throughout the week, what I'm doing personally to help me grow is I'm writing down questions. Anything that I encounter that I'm like, man, I wonder what Mike thinks about that, or I wonder how Mike approaches that, or what would Mike do? You know, I want to be like Mike. And so I would encourage you to do the same thing as well. Each week, as you're going through your week and you have questions, jot them down and bring them to this call, so that way you can be able to get the answer, but also everybody else can learn from your questions, because in most cases, everybody has the same questions. And sometimes if you reach out to me, I'll say, oh, that's a great question. Make sure you ask that one on the Monday training call so that everybody can learn. And we're going to make sure we have time at the end of each call going forward to be able to answer questions. So Alvin, your question is, what is the mindset that one needs on leads? I'd actually like Patricia to answer that first, and then I'll give you my 2 cents since you're here, Patricia. Put you on the hot seat. Being brand new, what's your mindset on leads?
So again, still very new to it. So right now, I'm just in the stage of just trying everything out. Like they say, every lead is a lead. I've closed on a $3 lead. I've closed on a $23 lead. So I think, you know, it's just a little bit harder. I think you just have to go in with a positive attitude, understand, it's like trust the process. Like that's the biggest thing I've learned over the month is like really you have to trust the process and you have to put in the work. If you do those two things, any lead will work for you. Sometimes you are going to have to stay on the phone. How bad do you want it? I always ask myself, like when I'm about to give up, I'm like, okay, how bad do I want this? So if I have to dial again in the evening, sometimes you do need a little mental break. Go ahead on and take that break and get back into it. But so far, CRM leads have worked, instant, internet. I've closed on all of them, so I can't really tell you, you know, which one is the best. I think when they say a lead is a lead, it really is a lead.
Yeah.
So that's just my mindset with leads.
100%, and that's the correct mindset. It's getting as many as you can to position yourself to be able to win, and it just depends on your budget. You know, if your budget's kind of tight, you might need to go with those $3 leads. There's plenty of opportunities. Those are second chance leads and Patricia bought a bunch of those, went down to Columbus, Georgia, sold a few of them. And you might buy some $23 Facebook leads like she did this past weekend in South Carolina. Or you might get some instant internet life leads like a lot of us are using that are $11 each. It's just what's your budget. One of the things that I learned when I got started in this business is that 20% rule. Your leads are going to cost you 20% of what you want to make. So if you want to be a 20K producer, your leads are going to cost you about 20% of that. If you want to be a 10K producer, your leads are going to cost you about 20% of that. That's a good rule of thumb. Now with the instant internet life leads and the new internet life leads, that 20% has probably gone down to maybe 15. Because those leads are more affordable and they work phenomenally well. But it's always good to have a mixture of leads and make sure you have plenty, when you get to dial. On average, every dial session you sit down, you want to have probably 60 new leads in front of you that you haven't spoken with yet. So that way you can book your 10 to 15 appointments for the next 2 days. Hopefully that answers your question. Yeah, Alvin, and that's the rule that's helped me, that 20% rule. So, depending on what you want to make, take 20% of that, invest that in leads, and then, work your butt off and then get the return on your investment. And in most cases, you'll find that you exceed that number as far as the return is concerned. So, but great question. Great question. Anybody else before we wrap up? All right, guys. Well, we look forward to welcoming as many of you to the 2020 club, but be thinking about this, whether it's the 2020 club, $20,000 a month, 20 appointments per week, or any other level, just know what your goal is. I like the beginning of the year because it's that just mental and even a physical reset to know, okay, I need to be thinking about what I want to accomplish and then thinking about what I'm going to do to apply myself to accomplish that. We have the systems in place to empower you to accomplish whatever that goal is. If any of you would like to discuss that with me, you know how to reach out to me. And if you don't, I'll post my number here in the chat, or you can hit me up on Facebook or Workplace. But I'll be happy to talk with you about what your goal is and answer any questions you have to make sure that you're ready to go after it this year. As an agency, we're going to finish the year off at $1 million initial paid volume per month. What part of that do you want to have? If you want to build an agency, how much of that do you want to be volume that's flowing through your agency? And then as a producer, you want to join the 2020 club. All right. So let's make it a great week. We're in week 1 of 2021. And let's run up the score. All right, guys. Appreciate you guys hopping on.